So, how did we end up here? How did we end up going car free in New Orleans? As many of you know, Selena has been in nursing school for the last year in an LPN program, and she just recently graduated. We have had a long and stressful year, and we are so glad that she is finished. Selena, I always knew that you could do it. I love you, and I am so proud of you.
Of the nursing team and to carry out faithfully
and to the best of my abilities
and to the best of my abilities
the instructions of the physician
the instructions of the physician
or the nurse
or the nurse
who may be assigned
who may be assigned
to supervise my work.
to supervise my work.
And just like that, a new nurse is born. To celebrate the end of the nursing program, I had decided that I wanted to plan a trip with Selena to New Orleans, which is one of my very favorite places in the entire world. Selena has never been to New Orleans, and I have been several times, but never without a car. So this was definitely an adventure for the both of us. The train station that we are at is in New Bern, Tennessee. It is an unmanned station, which means that basically no staff is there. We had to be careful with what luggage we brought because we were not able to get our luggage checked. And the building was built in the late 1800s, early 1900s, something like that. So it was pretty cool getting to see the inside of that.
The train when it comes.
And then we went out to the platform and we waited on our train. We were both so excited by this. Believe it or not, neither Selena nor I have ever traveled anywhere by train. So this was definitely a really cool experience for both of us. And we were both excited getting our zoomies out on the train platform. Our train was scheduled to depart New Bern at 3:56 in the morning, so we got there
We are waiting on
super
the train.
early. It was about 3 o'clock when we pulled up. My son was graceful enough to drop us off, and we definitely appreciated that. I was so excited seeing the train pull in. Man, I felt like I was in Hogwarts just waiting to go to school. When we boarded our train, it was literally the darkest hour of the night, but we got on, got comfortable, and quickly fell asleep. Next thing we knew, we had stopped in Memphis. We made sure that at every stop like this that we got off the train, stretched our legs, and just checked our phones, made sure everything was good, checking in on the people that we love. Traveling by train was definitely an interesting experience for us novice riders. Literally, anytime I've gone on a trip of any kind in the past, I've always taken my car. And so I was a little bit nervous about, going somewhere such a long distance from home without a car. But it was definitely an interesting experience. I enjoyed it, and I will definitely be taking the Amtrak again.
This is so crazy.
It was definitely a blessing to be able to sleep while traveling and also to be able to use the bathroom while traveling instead of having to pull over to get those amenities. And the bathrooms, oh my goodness, the bathrooms were so tiny, y'all. I literally at one point had gone in the bathroom, was in the middle of using it, and the train rocked and I popped my head on the door. They're definitely tiny, but I was grateful to have a facility to use without having to, like I said, stop on an exit somewhere. So all in all, I would rate the train very comfortable. It was also really nice to be able to watch all the scenery go by through the windows. I saw some amazing views, especially when we crossed Lake Pontchartrain and headed into New Orleans. We also brought our Kindles, so we were able to do a lot of reading, eat a little snack, and catch up on some napping, but I cannot explain to you how I was just vibrating with excitement when we hit the city of New Orleans and I saw the Superdome out of my window. So exciting. The Superdome is just one of those landmarks that when you see it, you know you have made it to New Orleans, baby. At this point in our journey, the train was moving very slowly, and everyone was so excited because we were beginning to pull into Union Station. After the train had come to a complete stop, we got off and started making our way toward the train station. At this point, we were super excited, but also a little bit nervous because while we had planned our train from New Bern to New Orleans, we definitely had not planned much in the way of getting from the train station to the hostel that we planned on staying at. So after we got through here, we decided that we were going to take a few minutes to orient ourselves, get situated, and then look at what our options were. We knew that there were streetcars that passed through Union Station. They also had a little station for Ubers and Lyfts to be picked up. So our plan was to just get oriented, figure it out, and make it to our location, our destination on time and safely. It didn't take us very long to realize that the streetcar was going to be our most quick and efficient way to get from Union Station to the hostel that we were staying at on Canal Street. We were kind of amazed by how speedy and efficient the streetcar was. And it was definitely both of our first time, but we enjoyed the streetcars so much. New Orleans is definitely a very bikeable, walkable city. You do not have to have a car to get around New Orleans, and we discovered that very quickly. Their public transit system is amazing. We ended up getting something called Jazzy Passes, which for $3 a day let us take the ferry, the bus, and the streetcars as many times as we wanted to. As far as accommodations go, we had booked a 5-night stay at the High New Orleans Hostel right on Canal Street, baby. Y'all, I had no idea that a hostel was even anything that we had here in America. Like, I've always pictured hostels as being something European or something, you know, you can find in Asian countries for travelers that are on a shoestring budget. So I was absolutely floored when I saw that New Orleans had a couple of different hostel options. This one is your typical hostel where you can rent a bunk bed to stay in, but we ended up getting a private room and it was absolutely beautiful. I ended up choosing this hostel because of their focus on sustainability. I've mentioned this several times in my video. I do try to be mindful. I try to be demure, okay, when it comes to environmental causes. And this place catches their own rainwater. How cool is that? They also do everything they can to ban single-use plastic. So there's refillable dispensaries as far as body soap, as far as shampoo. And just being in a hostel environment in a shared space saves 3 times the resources of what a typical hotel stay would. So that definitely played into my decision to book here. After traveling for 12 hours by train, we were definitely hungry and in search of food, okay? So we decided to head down to the quarter.
We're gonna go find some food.
Food.
We're starved.
Yeah, we are.
I'm going on trail mix for Wednesday.
Trail mix and frozen burgers was what we had on the train. And sun chips. So we're gonna go find some food. Bye. We struck out by foot in search of food, and we ended up finding something way, way better. There was a lady selling birds, but also advertising her training for birds on the street corner. We are bird lovers. We have a couple of parakeets, a green-cheeked conure, and some cockatiels, so this was definitely a beautiful experience for us.
How cute. Them two over there talking to each other.
These budgies were so well trained, and we definitely could have stayed here all day, but honey, the quarter is awaiting and we must go. Selena's never been to the quarter, so this was definitely an experience for her.
This is so cool.
Now y'all already know this neighborhood. It needs no introduction. So let's get into it. The French Quarter of New Orleans, baby. There is something absolutely magical about the New Orleans French Quarter. There are street performers everywhere, music pouring from every corner. Listen to the sounds. I'm gonna let them speak for themselves. See the apartments up there? Oh, sorry. Even though we were having fun, at this part in our journey, we were hungry. And we had heard from a local that this place, the Pier 424 Seafood Market, sold some really good food. And I had been jonesing for some crab legs. So we decided to stop here for supper, get us a little drink, and the food was really good, y'all. After we ate and got refreshed, we decided to head back out into the quarter for a little while to catch a few more of those street acts and just listen to some good music and have a little fun. We were definitely feeling tired, but we didn't want to miss a thing. But before too long, we headed back to the hostel. We wanted to make sure that we got a good night's rest so that we could get out and cut up some more the next day. Selena had brought her film camera and she wanted to catch a few shots of the theater lights across the road from us. So there she is, spot metering, lining up her shot. See y'all next time. Like, subscribe, and follow along to see more of our trip here in New Orleans.